Syberbully are known in some circles as the best-kept secret of the 2000s dance-punk revolution. Formed at University of Brighton School of Art in 2003, the group comprised of Canadian-born multi-instrumentalist Dan Carvalho and tech-savvy local producer Raymond Allister, the two becoming fast friends and working together to create crass, satirical comics related to music for their local college paper. After being banned from the paper, they would channel their creative energy into making music under the moniker The Starbucks Solution. Alistair's father was a successful businessman who often made trips to Japan and would bring his son home gifts of synths and drum machines. The two were known to routinely skip class and experiment with these into the wee hours of the morning. After dropping out of university, the group moved to London to pursue a music career, but found themselves in a creative rut, working odd jobs to pay the bills. It was around 2005 that the duo caught wind of the growing popularity of the synth-punk genre and became enamored with groups like LCD Soundsystem and Hotchip, groups that they felt a distant kinship with. Suddenly, Carvalho and Alistair's creative juices began flowing, and they began writing and recording their own twisted mashup of synth-pop, dance, punk rock, and experimental music onto dozens of cassettes in their London flat. The lo-fi sound captured the angst and optimism of the adolescent digital age in equal measure, shifting from twisted but sweet heartfelt pop to sneering, blistering synth-punk. After 2 years spent being rejected from every independent label they knew, and seemingly unable to figure out a method to convert their sound onto a live stage, their big break came when they hit 5 to 7 records, when Starker took a chance on the group after finding their cassette on the ground outside her apartment with contact info on the back. She recalled, "I thought the music had so much personality, but then I met them for coffee and they showed up like aliens, barely speaking at all for the first half hour. Eventually I asked them a question about what they had been doing earlier that day. Their faces lit up and they began to argue about the anime cartoon Naruto for 45 minutes. I listened intently, and despite understanding virtually nothing, once I popped that bubble, they opened up to me. We stayed until the cafe closed, and I signed them then and there." With that, the duo began work on their first album, teaming up with longtime friend and producer Terry Spiel to record in his small Streatham studio. It was there that Alistair and Carvalho finally came up with the group's name, after Spiel noted their penchant for trolling and arguing in the comment section on music blogspot pages. In turn, the group had also found both a way of classifying their sound and ultimately the name of their album. Syberbully's Syberpunk was recorded over the course of 4 months and captures the group firing on all cylinders, pushing their sound as far as it could go and using all of the technology available to them with complete abandon. It contained their now trademark combination of experimental yet poppy songwriting.
So long, I've long to hold near and near.
Glitchy, sample-heavy EDM. And punk rock sensibilities.
Singing karaoke to their own lullaby. Hit the play button, make the crowd wanna die. Stupid dick in the backing tracks. Can't compensate all the things that they lack. Stupid dick in the backing tracks. And the crowd is bored to death.
The record was released on October 7th, 2008 to mixed reviews, with critics praising their catchy melodies and forward-thinking usage of auto-tune, while lamenting the thin production and lack of low end in a record that was meant to be played in a club. This practically catastrophic production error was in part due to Spiel's lack of experience and insistence on mixing with bass-boosted headphones, stating, "I wanted to feel like I was in the club when I mixed. It sounded good to me at least." The group was shaken, but pressed on recording 2010's lost album Pompous Nonsense without Spiel in tow. However, this would be the last record to be properly recorded by the duo. In November 2010, shortly after the album's release, Carvalho would be struck and killed in what was described by the papers as a freak bus accident, bringing Syberbully's time as a group to an abrupt and tragic end. To this day, however, there are those who continue to sing the duo's praises and wonder what could have been. Despite being practically forgotten, the group remain a poignant and sonically ambitious project that captures the indie sleaze of the 2000s, filtered through the prescient panic of technology overload. We at Computer Crime Records are proud to present the re-release of Syberbully's Syberpunk, remixed and remastered in-house, and shed light on this long-forgotten record that has been shrouded in mystery for over a decade. Thank you for watching, and to all the supporters and contributors, please like and subscribe to stay tuned for more on Syberbully and other artists.